YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Trix, and we're back at it again today, guys. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. I know I did, and I couldn't wait to share this deck with you guys just because Arkana is one of my favorite characters, and I was so happy when they released them in Duel Links, as it was a long time coming, and I've been playing this game for a long time. I was hoping it'd be sooner, but they decided not to release them until recently. So anyway, let's talk about the skill we're going to be using. That is Master of Magicians, if you haven't guessed by now. Let's take a look at what it does. So when your life points decrease by 2,000, you can add 1,000 knives, dark magic attack, or dark magic expanded to your hand. Keep in mind, guys, you can only use that skill once per duel. Let's talk about Arkana's level up reward cards, because I think they're pretty key to make this deck work. His level 40 reward is Dark Magic Curtain. Pay your half your life points, special summon a Dark Magician from your deck. You cannot summon other monsters the turn you activate this card, but you can set them, so keep that in mind. Magician's Rod. I like this card actually because it gives you so many options to work with this deck and make it a little more competitive, and you can get 2 of them from Arkana. So when this card is normal summoned, you can add 1 spell or trap from your deck to your hand that specifically lists Dark Magician in its text. So that opens up the option of getting a Dark Magic Curtain, Dark Magic Attack, or 1,000 Knives. Now, I don't have 1,000 Knives in this deck. The reason being is because you can get one with Master of Magicians, and I just couldn't really find room to fit that an extra 1,000 Knives in the deck. But you guys could if you really want to. It is a useful card, and it is quite easy to get out Dark Magician. But I kind of value having a double Cyclone or the Cosmic Cyclone in my deck instead of that 1,000 Knives. But I'll leave that up to you. Another level up reward is Skilled Dark Magician. I will say, after going back and looking at the deck and how it worked, I would probably take out Skilled Dark Magician and add in another Sergeant Electro just so we can make sure our opponent can't activate their back row with having this bad boy on the field. But I was using it originally. It is a 1900 attack spellcaster, so it's pretty strong. But like I said, its effect is kind of hard to get off because you have to get 3 spell counters on it, and then you contribute it to special summon a Dark Magician from your hand, deck, or graveyard. But like I said, it's pretty hard to get the effect off. Now, if you don't have 3 Legion of the Fiend Jester, you can use 3 Blue Dragon Summoner. That works just as well. I have 2 Floodgates in here because I want to be able to shut down my opponent as quickly as possible. I have 1 Mirror Wall, but if you don't have a Floodgate, Windstorm of Atekwa is another good replacement. Curse of Anubis, Enemy Controller, a thing of that sort. Ancient Rules, I have both copies in here, just so we can get our Dark Magician out fairly easily. And Ancient Rules is a level up reward from Mokuba. I do believe that one of them is a higher level up reward, so you guys may not have both. If you do, definitely put both in this deck. So let's just go over the replays. I'll commentate through them. Also, as well, I want to mention, if you don't have Sergeant Electro, I would recommend adding in anti-magic arrows, or you could possibly use Storm if you really had to. And the reason behind that being is because I found, yes, it's easy to get out Dark Magician, but the back row game in Duel Links right now is super strong. So you're going to want to be able to deal with that appropriately, hence having the Sergeant Electro in here and some back row removal. Okay, so we're playing against a Phoenix deck. We're going to use the Magician's Rod to get the Dark Magic Curtain into our hand. I'm sure you guys seen the summoning animation, we don't need to watch it again. Then I used the Ancient Rules to get out the Dark Magician I had in my hand. I also have 2 Sergeant Electros, so I'm in a pretty good spot here. He popped Sacred Phoenix's effect, but I knew he couldn't get over Dark Magician, but he had an enemy controller in his hand, and I think he actually misplayed there, so let's just pause it quickly. So he ended up attacking into my Dark Magician with his Yaksha. I think he just misclicked and meant to attack my Magician's Rod. But anyway, it happens. So he takes out my Dark Magician. I then activate Dark Magic Curtain, pop my Master Magician's effect. I get a Dark Magic attack. Didn't really help me out here. We're going to set the Mirror Wall and the Sergeant Electro and take him out. So that's a good thing about this deck is that Phoenix usually can't get over it because it's only 2400 attack. So at least in that matchup, the attack of the Dark Magician was in our favor. Alright, so we're going up against my Valentine. I do believe this is a hazy deck. It's been a while since I watched the replays, to be honest with you guys. I take the weekend off. So I'll rarely upload on the weekend, but I usually take it off from uploading. So we got a Legion of the Fiend Jester, set that bad boy on the field. And it's not a hazy deck, it's a Cyber Angel deck before the nerf comes. Gotta get his Eda 10 out with the Ben 10 combo. He's gonna be boosting himself up. Gets a Cyber Petite Angel to his hand, as well as the Ritual. Now this is exactly why it's getting nerfed, because of this. All the effect power that it has. Gets out as the Kini, and I'm not going to be able to activate anything in return, but I do get to add the Dark Magician to my hand. I decided to activate Mirror Wall here, because I was going to die if I didn't. We got an Ancient Rules, and that was a very clutch pickup. I picked up 1,000 knives that, like I said, I had in the deck before. Get out our Dark Magician with our Ancient Rules. Dark Magic attack, take out his back row, and attack into his Eda 10. Now he gets a Sonic Bird, adds Sprite Blessing to his hand. I pretty much knew it was over at this point. He had his combo with the Kini, and that was it. We pick up Champion's Vigilance, and I set that. That's a card I did have in this deck as well, but I wasn't finding much use for it, so I decided to take it out. Like I said, the deck on the left is my more updated version that I prefer. Also, as well, in the future, keep in mind, I do want to make a Mausoleum Dark Magician deck with Dark Magician Girl, possibly some Sage Stone. So stay tuned for that. I want to put some testing into it and try and make that deck as optimal as I can. But, like I said, this is the true Arkana deck, so that's why I wanted to bring it to you guys. Going up against another Bandit Keith. Yeah, if you don't have Trap Hole, by all means use a Windstorm. Curse of Anubis, those are really good cards too. We're going up against another Phoenix deck. We have Skilled Dark Magician, Fiend Jester, Ancient Rules in our hand, 1,000 Knives. And I pick up Dark Magic Curtain. I love Dark Magic Curtain. It actually helps out this deck quite a bit because you can pop the Master Magician skill and the Dark Magic Curtain in the same turn. Use my 1,000 Knives. Take out his Yaksha. He special summons another Yaksha. I take that one out. I set my Fiend Jester. Got Ancient Rules, and we have Dark Magic expended in our hand. Sitting at a decent spot. Special summons his Goka. Takes out his Phoenix. He attacked into me with his DD Warrior. But I was in a really good spot here because I have Ancient Rules in my hand and the Dark Magician, just so we can special summon it. And that's why I think that Ancient Rules, having both copies in this deck, just makes it way more consistent, in my opinion. We're going to get that extra boosted attack from Dark Magic Expanded. Summon our Skilled Dark Magician with it, and take him out. I had a lot of fun using this deck, but like I said, I want to try and make a Mausoleum version, just because I think that having Mausoleum, 3 of them with, let's say, 3 Dark Magician Girl, 3 Dark Magician, maybe Dark Magician of Chaos in there somewhere with some Sage Stones. I think that would work out pretty well. I'm gonna have to try it out. I'll try that out soon after I use this other deck. So we're playing against a Crowler. He has a 29 card deck for some reason. We open up with that Dark Magic Curtain. I decided to use it off the bat. Get out that Dark Magician, pop our skill. Get a Dark Magic Expanded. He's going to use his effect to get out his Ancient Gear Beast. He's going to negate our effect because of Beast's effect. That's okay. Pick up a Floodgate. I pick up Magician's Rod. And because he has a 2 in the back row, let's pick up Dark Magic Attack. And take out his back row so we can attack into him. Now, I have seen on Reddit people saying that they took out their they trade in their Dark Magic Attack for a Super Red Roll. I'm hoping you guys didn't do that because you only have access to 1 copy of that card. And I just don't see why someone would trade that in. It's a pretty useful effect, especially with a deck like this. And like I said, we only have access to 1 copy outside of using the Master Magician's skill. So I'm hoping you guys decide to keep it. Alright, last duel here. We're going up against that Joey Wheeler. Let's see what he's working with. Like I said, if you don't have 3 copies of Legion of the Fiend Jester, Blue Dragon Summoner works just as well, but not as good. But Legion of the Fiend Jester comes from Flame of the Tyrant, which is the 80-pack box. It's one of the first ones, I do believe. So a lot of new players probably won't have 3 copies of the Fiend Jester. But it makes this deck just a little bit better, which is why I prefer using it in this deck. We're going to pop our Dark Magic Curtain, activate our skill once again. Looking in a pretty good spot here. We have Ancient Rules, we got the Fiend Jester, we got Magician's Rod on the field. Pops his skill, draw sense high level. He tries to summon a Wyvern, I just Floodgate it. Pick up 1,000 Knives. Activate its effect. And then I decide to use Dark Magic Expanded. Get that boosted attack. And attack into him and taking him out. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys make this deck and enjoy using it. If you have any replacements or comments, make sure you leave them down below. And I'll make sure to get back to you guys. That's something that I try making a note of, is always responding to comments. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And as always, we'll see you in the next video.